Excellent. Okay, everyone, we're live.
Yay.
Excellent. Sorry for the slight delay there. Okay. So today, as you all know, there is a new version of Stacks coming. Stacks 5 is coming. And it is coming to RapidWeaver. And yes, Stacks app will also be coming in the future. But for right now, we are going to have a RapidWeaver plugin update. Will also be coming in the future. If you guys can mute yourself, that would be awesome. Plugin update. Thank you very much. Oh, lots of people coming back in. Okay. So as you know, Stacks to create an app, it's quite a bit of work. And so Isaiah is working his butt off to get the app done. But I know we all want something sooner, right? We all want something now. So what he's decided to do is to get us a plugin update, a Stacks 5 plugin update, so that we can get a little bit of the new hotness now, right? And but with that said, as you guys probably know how the software works, it's a feast and famine sort of thing, especially when you haven't released a new version of something in 3 or 4 years, right? So Chris has a special announcement that he wants to do to try to help get Stacks app here a little bit sooner. I don't want to spoil it, so I'm going to give the mic over to Chris here, and he's got a little announcement for us.
All right. So starting today, Scott, Davide, and I are launching a campaign to help support the development of Stacks app. We're all doing something a little bit different, but in the end, everything is going to Isaiah, right? So like on my site, my Stacks Basecamp site, I've marked down all my project files and I've cut the private lessons fees down by 50%. And so anything that anybody purchases will go to Isaiah to support the development of Stacks app. Also, if you think I'm a hack and you don't like my stuff, then you can still support by giving money. There's a button on the Stacks app or Stacks Basecamp page. It's up in the top left corner. You click it and you'll be able to donate via PayPal. That'll go to Isaiah. I know that Scott on his stacksappstacks.com page, he has a special item in the store. It's a $10 item. It's basically an empty item, but if you buy it, that money will go to Isaiah. And he has a thing where whoever buys the most of that item will get all of his stacks. And so that is a $200 value right there. So, I mean, it's if not more. I have all of his stacks and they are just ridiculously helpful. They're super cool. Davide's thing is his Rose project file. Anyone who buys that the proceeds will go to Isaiah. So essentially, we're trying to feed and clothe and keep Isaiah warm until Stacks app is comes to fruition. And at least my side will be going on through the end of the Weaver Space Summit. So I think Scott and Davide are going to be doing the same. So there's plenty of time, but oh, and if you on mine, if you don't want to buy one of the project files, if you do support, then you'll get a free project file that I've been working on. It's called Traveler. It's a simple homepage project file that it's built completely in F6. There's no total CMS. It's just a simple project file. But yeah, it's yours if you give. And I'm trying to make the minimum $10. I think that's fair. So yeah, that's the announcement. We're trying to all come together and support Stacks because, man, it is what we use to make cool stuff on the internet.
Yep. So a couple people have asking for links. We'll create. I'll create an announcement thing, and I'll probably also shoot out an email by the end of this week.
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm sending out an email tomorrow, and I'll put something on the thing. So yeah,
sweet
as well.
So yeah, we'll make sure we get all the links and all the details out in a post so that yeah, everyone has all that. Any questions on that? So essentially, this is just a great way to help you get something in return for a slight either donation or purchasing of Chris's either his time or his add-ons or Davide's or Scott's, so that yeah, we can help Stacks app become a reality.
Yeah,
I've seen it. I don't have it on my machine. I've seen it. It is a reality. Just to let you guys know, it's not like some vaporware. Okay. But yeah. Now to continue on to this great Hangout, as a nice little transition, I might have a certain beta on my machine that I can show you. Okay. So, without further ado, I know you guys are always chomping at the bit to see betas and to see what's coming down. So I have the Stacks 5 plugin on my Mac here, and I've been given the green light to show off and give you guys a little sneak peek of what's coming. Now I do, from what I understand, probably by next week, it's going to be a more open public beta. Okay. So yeah, you'll be able to get your hands on this probably within a week or so. Okay.
Awesome.
I've had it for about a week. Okay. And yeah, I'm super excited. Let's go ahead and show it off. Now you've probably seen some of this on Isaiah created some posts, and Chris actually sent out a screenshot as well. These Zoom windows are so annoying sometimes.
Oh, yes, they are.
Okay, so I guess I'll just open up a new project file. Oops, I want new project file. Now this Stacks 5 plugin will work with Rapweaver 8.9 and Rapweaver Classic. Okay, so shouldn't matter which version you're running. It will work in both versions. Okay, so just with this opened up view here, with this new view, let's play a game. Let's say what's new from what you see here. Let me open up chat in case people are popping into chat. Okay, anybody? You can unmute yourselves now. This is the participation part of the Hangout.
A branch thing.
Well, so these are just icons, okay. But if you notice here, this view, or here, let's go to that foundation view. Right? Look at that. Look at that. That is a gorgeous view. If you notice, the layout is different, right? So we have more layout options now. So if we go to icon size, there's a new small compact, which is pretty darn small, okay? But I think the sweet spot is this medium compact view. That is amazing. I'm loving that. Okay. I get all the icons. I can clearly see the names, and I get more of them in my view. Okay. As well as you can make this as big or little as you want, and it just keeps going, right? Man. So pretty cool stuff there. The medium compact view. Okay. Next up is some stuff we've wanted for years. Okay, and that is the ability to reorder my groups. I can go ahead and reorder these.
Oh, nice.
If you want. Okay,
that's sweet.
All right, so I know for us that seems like a really simple thing, and I'll tell you, like, this library, while it looks very similar, it was like major overhaul. Okay, so this library is much faster, much more responsive, and yeah, really super sweet. Now, another thing that's cool here. I'm sorry, say that again, David.
You know, the where you was moving it around there, like I've got like total CMS set up as a a folder there, an easy
Yep.
CMS. Can you actually give them a name?
Yes, you can. So you can give them a name, but
It won't
before
show up when
you
you
can-
hover over. Oh, yeah, that's it, like that. Yeah,
yep, yeah, you can.
good.
Okay. So yeah, you can expand this. By default, you just see the icons, but you can expand it out. You know, if you want it a lot bigger to kind of give them names. Right. And in case anyone didn't know, you can also click on these buttons here to make the menu or make the library a popover as
I've
well.
done that a few times. And
Okay. Another one is just to make it a floating panel, so it can be wherever. Right. So I know a lot of people do this. They'll kind of keep it open and they'll just work and then drag stuff over. Right. I don't know, for some reason I still like it docked. I don't know. This is just my view. I like having one window to deal with, right? But that's just me. Okay. So next up is, you'll notice that if you ever had a problem, let's say Foundation 6 is probably happened to you. Same one thing with Total CMS. You create a group for Foundation or Total CMS, and then I ship a new stack, right? And then you have no clue that that stack ever existed because it never automatically got added to those custom groups that you created, right? Huge problem all the time. So now we can create smart groups. Okay. So in here, you'll notice that this is a smart group. And basically what it is, I have smart search enabled. We have new colors that we can customize. So we can customize the icon. There's some new colors in here. So we can organize them a little bit nicer. And if you expand this out, by default, it's just basically just a generic search. It'll search everything for that particular term. But you can also just search for stacks, or in titles, you can search for the tags. You can return stacks and partials, or, you know, if I click partials here, we should notice that there are, I think, maybe a few. Oh, wait, if I do here, let's just do all of them. Here, let's just do. So now I'm including externals and templates, and we'll see that there's a few things here that are also tagged. I got some new people trying to join in. Let me go ahead and admit them. Okay. So, yeah. So now this group is searching not just stacks, but also some templates and partials and whatnot that I've created, right? So let's turn those off because I don't want that. But so yeah. So now whenever I ship, let's say, a new Foundation 6 stack, right? That new stack will automatically get shown inside this group now. Same thing like Total CMS here, right? If I add a new stack into Total CMS, it'll automatically get added into this group. Pretty cool, right?
That's very cool.
A couple other things. Now, if you're curious, like when you're doing partials and whatnot, oh, I don't have any partials in this project because it's a brand spanking new project. Let's just do something really quick. I'm going to create a new partial. Okay. Now, when we're creating a partial, oops, that's not what I wanted. Inspector. Okay. You'll notice here that you have control over subtitle, author, and tags, right? So now that we have the ability to create these smart groups, you can actually organize your partials better based on subtitle, author, or tags.
Wow.
Right? Because now you can create smart groups that will filter your partials out by tags or author or whatever field, right? So this gives us a lot more power. Okay. A lot, you know, this makes the library so much more usable. Okay. Here's an example. I created a group here, just playing around. I was tagging some stuff with under development, right? So if I'm working, like, here's moving box 3, guys, right? Okay. So these are stacks that are currently under development. And I've just tagged them with something called a dev stack. And then now any stack that I'm like currently developing or working on will show up inside this group. So I know this is more of a feature just for myself, probably. You know, you're not going to have that particular use case, but super powerful for me, right? As well. So smart groups, pretty awesome. Any questions on smart groups that I can help out or give you guys tips or questions or answers or anything? Okay.
Yeah, this is Scott. I got a question for you, Joe.
Yeah.
First of all, I love your stuff. I love everything, but I am so overwhelmed and confused. There's Elixir's products, there's your products, And unfortunately, I get everything confused up in a website, nothing works. So can you, if I make a partial in this site, will that move, let's say I open up a new thing, a new project. How do I get those partials to the next project?
Sure. Okay. Why don't that's a great question that I can cover after I do the sneak peek. Okay. Is that fair?
Absolutely.
Perfect.
I'm all ears.
Sweet. I'm happy to answer that. My son needs the car keys. 1 second. Okay, cool. I just threw in the car keys. Hopefully I didn't just break the fob. Okay. Where was I? Okay, so that is pretty much everything about groups, right? Super powerful. I think the smart search feature is a game changer. And again, the ability to tag these things on your own, partials and templates and externals, is very powerful. Okay. So I'm going to show off one more thing. Okay. I'm not going to show off everything. There are other things I'm not going to show off today, but there's one more feature that is plainly visible that I know most people aren't going to see. And that's, look, up here. At the very top, we now have a stacks menu.
So I'll tell you what's going down.
Oops. All right. Sorry, I had to mute everybody. Not sure who was doing that, but okay. So stacks menu up at the top. And this is really cool. This shows us a bunch of that gives us a ton of keyboard shortcuts that we can use, as well as new abilities that we never even had before. Okay. So for example, let's go ahead and actually, you know, let me open up an existing project that just that has stacks on the page, so I don't have to build something out. All right. So let's say, for example, we wanted to, you know, move this stack up or things of that nature, right? Now we can, if we hold down the option and the arrow key, we can now move a stack with the keyboard. So up or down, pretty useful. You can also select stacks with the keyboard. You can also do things like, oh, this one's pretty cool. If you do option A, that basically, let's say I select this stack, and let's say, I don't know, let's say I have a bunch of stacks inside of here, and I do option A. What that does is that selects all of its siblings as well. So basically everything that's inside of there, right?
Yes.
A lot of these little menu items seem small, but they're going to make a huge difference, I think, you know, for people that are using this product on a daily basis. You know, stuff like that is so much more productive, right? So super useful. Also the ability to, let's say if you're like an automation guy and you like stuff like Keyboard Maestro, you can use a lot of these to like build your own little automation, right? So let's say I want to, I don't know, select all parent things, then move them to the top of the page or something like that, right? You could build a lot of little automations for things. I haven't built any yet, but I'm definitely planning on it to play around with these things. So yeah, pretty cool. Another thing is we now have a command option L to show and hide the library. That's pretty useful as well. So if you're a keyboard junkie, option L will show and hide the library. Love that one. Okay. There's also ones to create a partial, unpack a partial, all that stuff, right? So really useful there. So yeah, that does it with the sneak peek of Stacks 5. Super excited about it. There is, again, that library I think is going to be game changer. And yeah, I'm really excited about it. Any more questions about Stacks 5? And then we can just hop into generic other questions. Like, and I'll start off with Scott's first one.
When is that supposed to be available? Because I'm like, I get so excited when I see new products. I'm buying stuff all the time, but I have a mishmash of Rapid Weaver stuff. And God knows I put something from one group into the page. Then I put it in another thing. I had to start all over because none of the tabs work because I realized I needed to stick with Foundry, not Foundation. And I honestly, if you guys can point me to links today where I can go get trained on Total CMS, because I have to build 3 different sites with that. And I just
Okay.
finished one site yesterday with just the Foundry stuff, because that's what I know right now.
Sure.
But I needed to get a site up and running for a 12-step program, and it needed to be done within a day. So anyway,
Excellent.
but I do need training. And if there's personal coaching and people want to charge me for that, send me links.
Okay. So, so we got answers for you. So when will this be out? So, I don't have control over when it's out, right? But from what my knowledge is, a beta should be available by next week, maybe earlier. Who knows? It could be earlier. I think I saw Isaiah send a tweet that it could be by the end of this week, but I would say more like next week probably. But it's not mine to control. Isaiah from Your Head controls that. When it will be available for sale, I don't know. Okay. Whenever the bugs are squashed. It works pretty well for me. I'm running version beta 3. Actually, I'm already on beta 3. Found a bunch and squashed a bunch of bugs already. I'm sure there's more, but so when will it be released? I don't know. How much will it be? I don't know. Okay. What I do know is, because Stacks app is coming, the current plan is that if you purchase this Stacks 5 plugin, whatever price that is, that will go towards the purchase of the Stacks app whenever that does launch. So for example, let's say this Stacks 5 upgrade is $30. I don't know how much it will be. I don't know. Okay. That $30 will go towards whatever the Stack app upgrade price will be. So there you go. So it's kind of like a little pre-purchase of Stacks app a little bit. Okay. So that's how that kind of will work. So hopefully that answers any questions in terms of launching and pricing. I don't know anything about pricing other than how it will work. Okay. Now to answer your questions, Scott, so I have a gazillion tutorial videos. That is an amazing thing and also a horrible thing, because I have a lot, right?
I know. I'm
Right?
lost. Every time I go to your YouTube channel, it's like there's 14,000. Well, I'm being facetious, but there's so many different videos on total CMS, how to use Foundation. And I'm
Sure. So I do have a playlist, okay, on my YouTube channel that is called like Implementing Total CMS or something like that. Okay. And it is like it starts for, I think it's 4 videos, and it goes over from 0 to 10 on it's only a 10-step program, not 12. So it's only a 10-step program. And
oops, which part are we losing? The inventory? Great, you guys don't have to get better. Just drink. It's good for you.
So yeah, check out that Implementing Total CMS playlist. It actually I think it actually goes off I build a site with Foundation, and then I add Total CMS to it. So yeah, but that's a great video series that just goes over the raw basics. Okay.
I'm looking at it right now, and you said, what is it called?
Implementing Total CMS. It's a playlist.
I know. I'm on the playlist, and you
Perfect.
have many of those too.
I have many of them. Yeah. If you just filter it for Total CMS, I think I have only 2 or 3 playlists that have the name Total CMS in it.
Okay, one's updated today, and the other one was 6 years ago. I think I figured out which one it is.
There we go.
What's PWA Pro?
That is a progressive web app. So it's definitely not something that you need to tackle. That's a nice to have once you have everything else locked down.
I'm still figuring this stuff out, and I do basic sites. People are hiring me left and right for basics, but there's going to be a point where you want to be more creative, and I'm overwhelmed.
Sure. Now the next bit, learning Foundation. Okay. If you go to foundationstacks.com/demo, okay. Here, I'll even share my screen here. All right, foundationstacks.com/demo. This will take you to the Foundation 6 demo website. Okay. And what you'll notice here is on the side in the menu, it's broken down by foundation into sections. So here's site styles,
Okay.
here's layouts, here's navigation, text and image. So it has very detailed demos about every feature. And then on the bottom of every page is all the videos associated with that. These are a mixture. A lot of them are short form. So we're talking like 5 minutes or less.
Okay.
Okay. There are some, you know, like this one was a live stream. That one's obviously going to be a little bit longer, right? An hour or less. Okay. So yeah, they're mixed long form and short form videos. And I have them for every single page here. So if you're like, how do I use top bar in, you know, I want to learn how to use top bar. So you go to navigation, you go scroll down to the video tutorials and you find the one, and there's one on top bar right there, right?
Okay.
5-minute video.
Looks
Okay.
like I'm busy today.
And then let me add something.
Go for it.
One of the best things you can possibly do is join the Friday Hangouts,
Absolutely.
because you can get your
Absolutely agree on
answer,
that.
you can get answers live, get live answers, things fixed on the fly.
I usually, I have done it in the past, but right now my schedule has been insane. Friday afternoons at 3 PST, I've got a standing appointment somewhere with a trainer. So, because I'm trying to get some of the winter weight off, but it's already fall. So I'll just be adding to it in 2 months, but I'd like to get some off before Thanksgiving.
There we go.
Anyway,
And now also you asked about paid training. I know Chris actually today announced that he's even discounting his paid training. So so yeah, hook up with Chris. It'll be in the announcement that we post. He'll have links and everything. He actually has an announcement, I think, thread. Didn't you? I don't know, it was about a month ago or so, right, Chris?
Yeah, something like that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But
Yeah,
yeah, check
email-
out, we're gonna send out a link, either that or DM Chris on the community as well. Feel free just to DM him on the community. And yeah, he's been doing paid training.
okay. I definitely, at this point, I'm like, I could go and grow so much faster and get so much stuff done, but then I get lost between, I mean, like literally there are so many different pieces that I've tried using. I've got to build a portfolio site, 3 CMS sites, and I'm going,
Someone in the chat earlier asked that will this new Stacks 5 plugin work with RapWeaver 8? Yes. I'm actually still using RapWeaver 8.9.3. So yes, it works. And it will work with RapWeaver Classic if anyone is using that. Okay. So it will work with both versions. It will not work with RapWeaver 7. So if you're using RapWeaver 7, you are SOL. If you don't know what that means, Google it. We're family friendly here.
Yeah. On Wednesdays we are.
Yeah, on Wednesdays we are. Friday we don't give up. But yeah, you know.
Yeah. Usually about 30 seconds in.
Sweet. Any other questions? I've been releasing a ton of really great updates lately. Yeah, the cookie jar updates have been spot on. Those feeds updates are as well. So yeah, great. Thank you for all the great feedback. People are really loving the stuff I've released lately. So thanks for that. I have been working on Total CMS 2 this week.
Yay.
Yes. Nothing I can show you yet. It's all like the back end API stuff. There's no stacks made for it yet. But yeah, it's exciting. It's going to be awesome. Blow your socks off. Attend the conference this fall, and you will be the first to see a sneak peek of it. So there we go. Summit.weavers.space. As Scott said, I will give Scott credit for this. He says the Weaver Space Summit is the best add-on in the Stacks community. So boom, there you go. Love it. Check that out.
I have a question.
Yeah.
So I have forgotten how to do this. I found an Adobe font that I'd like
Okay.
to incorporate into a new project,
Sure.
and I've forgotten how to do that. What's the best way?
The best way, well, so there's two ways. Either Adobe gives you little HTML snippets that you can put into the page,
Yes.
or if you're using Font Pro, do you own Font Pro? I
Not
have
yet.
an Adobe font stack that makes it
Oh,
super easy. You just get the little ID from Adobe, plop it
Mhm.
into the stack, and you're done.
Wow.
So yeah.
Okay.
So either Font Pro or get the little code snippet that they give you and then put that in the page inspector or into an HTML stack.
Oh, good to know.
Now,
Okay,
here's
cool.
the blog form field. I know that I already exist. I know I already exist, David. I was like, wait, I'm hearing myself.
Yeah.
What the heck? It's Inception. See a lot of new people joining today. Thanks for hopping on. I appreciate it. Any other questions or things we'd like to cover or show off?
I know I've asked this before and I don't remember the answer, but using a background swatch for a column that is the media macro in a blog list.
A background color of a column.
No, background, it's an image. So here's the situation. Like I actually was helping a lady earlier today who bought Clio.
Okay.
And fortunately, she's moving away from WordPress, but unfortunately, she had to do the little trick that I did a video on to get the images because she had over 600 and something blog posts. So
okay, yeah,
she's moved everything into her FTP, and we set the image link to be the media. Well, in Clio, Davide uses the total CMS background, or I'm sorry, image swat or image stack, and then he has content inside of it. Okay. Instead of be a background. And so what I was trying to do is, okay, instead of having her have to go through and add an image to every single blog post.
Oh, you just want to warehouse that in.
Yeah. And I mean, it does the link, it shows the link, but I just, if I can't get it to work in the swatch.
Sure. We can do it. All right. Look, I have a blog list right here.
Perfect. Look at you.
Oh shit. Oh, I said
family friendly, Joe.
Damn.
This is not Friday.
Damn, I'm gonna get flagged by YouTube now.
I won't say anything.
Okay. Okay, so to do this, just to let everybody know, this is a little advanced here. Okay, we're gonna be using these blog list macros. Okay, I know Chris is aware of them, but these are macros that we can use inside the blog list. Okay, so essentially what he wants is just for fun, we'll do a container here. Okay, we'll do a container around the tags. Why not? Okay. And then this container, let's say he wants a background image. Okay. And the URL to that background image is stored inside of the media field, right, Chris?
Yes, sir.
Media. Okay. So just to show you, we have a media field. By default, it shows text, but he's storing a URL in there. Okay. So essentially, I know Chris is using Foundation 6. Okay. So Foundation 6 is probably going to have to be used here unless you want to do custom CSS. Okay. But since I know Chris is using Foundation 6, we're going to do that. So I'm going to add a background swatch. Okay. And actually what I'm going to do is I'm going to add it into the blog list. Okay. Because basically I want this a background swatch to be created for each and every blog post because they're going to be unique. Okay. So what I'm going to do is let's just do first off, we need to create a class that is going to be unique for every single post. Okay. So let's just call this BG dash, and then I'm going to do permalink. Right. So now this class is unique to every single blog post. Okay. And here's the macro for permalink. Okay. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to use the total CMS here. I'm going to use the total CMS. And instead of this macro, what we're going to get is we're going to get the media macro. Okay. So there we go. So, and then we can set cover or whatever we want. Okay. Now, one caveat is these the background position settings, those aren't going to actually be applied properly. Okay. I think most people are okay with the default settings here, but those will not work. Okay. So, and if you need to customize those, we'll go over that in a second. Okay. But let me finish this. So now this creates our swatch. Okay. Now again, this total CMS field, this is the only one that will work with total CMS. Okay. Because essentially this will cause it to get put into the HTML, which is the only place total CMS can customize. Okay. All right. So let's delete this. I don't need this. And I don't need this media field. Now I need to apply this class somewhere. Okay. So basically on this container, you're then going to go to the custom classes field and you're going to put that in there. Okay. Now Q1's in. Now this isn't going to work for me when I preview this because I don't have URL saved in my media field, and I don't want to take 15 or 20 minutes to implement that to prove to you that this is going to work.
It works.
But hopefully this shows you, Chris, on how you would potentially do this.
I just did it. It works. Yeah, I knew it had to do something with the permalink, and I just couldn't remember. So thank you. That's awesome.
Perfect.
Yeah.
Now let me show you how you can get these advanced background styles if you wanted those to be different. Okay. Now they wouldn't be different for each post, but if you wanted them to actually whatever, let's say I wanted it, right middle for some reason, these wouldn't work with this swatch. Basically what then you would need to do is you need to create a different one. You would go to and do background props. And then you'd have to create a different class. So let's just do, post -bg or something like that. Okay. And then we set in here, it's this background prop swatch. Now this, if you notice, has a little plus symbol. That means it comes with a swatch pack. Okay. So you need the swatch pack for this one. But you would just then set whatever settings you want here and then take this post BG class and then put it on that container as well. Because we can have multiple classes here. So here we have BG permalink and post BG. The post BG would then get these background props, and then the rest of it would get applied with this swatch that's made specifically for each post. Hopefully that makes sense. Does anyone not understand why this works?
Well, maybe Chris can show us.
All right. So here, let's preview. Let me preview the page really quick just to kind of give it a little explanation, even though we don't see a background color here. Okay. Actually, here, let me switch this up a little bit. I'll do something a little bit custom here, just so we can see. All right, I'm going to add this. I'm going to do some custom CSS here. Here, look, this is already background color. Okay. I'm just going to do this. So we do .bg permalink, and it's going to be background color purple, color pink. Never do those styles ever. Okay. Okay. So let's preview that. And there we go. We'll see that that each of these get background color purple, color pink. Okay. Now, obviously, I'm hard coding those colors, but in the example of Chris, each one would have its own unique image URL. Okay, but let's look at this and why it works.
I'm surprised you haven't changed that default to orange yet.
Nice. All right, inside joke, guys. If you didn't get that, whatever. Join the Hangouts if you want to understand that. Okay, so here if we look at the HTML, let's make this bigger so you guys can see. All right. So you guys know that HTML is like this hierarchical document, right? Okay, so here is, we'll shrink this down a little bit. Here is all blog posts. Okay, and then if you notice here, I have each individual blog post. All right. Now, if we expand that, we'll see inside there, I have this container. Okay. And hopefully you see that it has BG Brazil Summer Olympics. And you see that? So it took the permalink of this blog post and added it into the class of this container. Remember, I told it to make a class BG permalink. And if you notice here, it's BG Brazil Summer Olympics. And if we look at the next one, okay, we'll see here I have BG marketing versus SEO. Okay, so now I'm creating these custom a class that's unique to each individual one. And if we look a little bit further up, we'll see that it creates this CSS that says BG marketing versus SEO, background image, and then URL. And the URL is empty because unlike Chris's setup, I don't have an image URL saved in the media field. But this would be there if I was in Chris's setup. Do you want to show us now? Chris, you want to share us yours screen?
Sure.
Now Chris can share and show him that it actually works.
Yeah. Let me reset something because I just broke it.
It's easy to understand how it works. The challenge is remembering it.
That's why I take copious notes and screenshots.
Yeah, when I'm explaining stuff, you go, yeah, that makes total sense. And then then next week you got to do it. And you're like, what? How did he do that again?
That'd be a good one to snip for a video, Joe.
I understand. Yeah.
I presume Chris has tried something different and broke it.
I just got to reset the media or the background swatch.
We should have.
Okay, got it. Okay, there we go. All right. Talk about using stacks under pressure. Okay. All right. So I have, the blog list, and then the swatches are here inside the blog list. And then I have a height swatch, which, just to give some height, but it's not going to work right now, and that's okay. So here's the background, blog-bg with the permalink, and then total CMS with the media macro. And then if I preview, you can see that each thing has a background. I know it doesn't look pretty, but the point is it's working. And that's what I needed because, yeah.
Perfect.
Yeah, it's great. And I mean, the thing is that, the lady that I was helping, again, over 600 and something blog posts, each one has an image. And this totally saves, a ton of time because, what's great is, thank you. What's great is now moving forward, she could have a layout rule in that, so where that if there isn't an image, it will default to the media thing that I just showed. But if she has an image, it will show the image, moving forward, because if she does a new blog, then she can add an image as she goes along. So you get best of both worlds. It's a huge saver. Does that make sense to everybody? What I just said?
Yes.
Okay. Yeah.
And to get back to your point, Steve, I guess my response to that is repetition is king. So, just the more you hear it, and then, it really is, and I'll be honest, sometimes I try not to, when I'm coming to think of what am I going to do on my live stream today? I try to think, oh, well, I've done a live stream on that. But be honest, it's okay if I repeat something on a live stream that I did a year ago, because
everyone's forgotten or someone doesn't know.
Exactly. And repetition is king, right? For example, I haven't done a live stream on SEO for a while. I was thinking about this yesterday. I haven't done here's how to do SEO for, let's say, 2022. And I'll be honest, you can go watch my SEO for 2019 video, and everything I said in there is 1,000% valid in 2022. Literally, almost nothing has changed. But who's going to go back and watch that one? Because they're like, well, if this is 2022, not 2019, right? Or whatever, right? But the web doesn't move that fast, guys, right? So,
Just rename
but
it.
repetition is king, right? So, yeah.
Rename it.
That actually might work.
Funny.
Every year, just rename it.
The only major thing that ever has happened in like the last 10 years, what maybe that everyone's still like, where's my keywords meta tag? Like, I need the keywords meta tag. That died like 10 years ago.
10 years.
No more keywords meta tag.
What changes though are your stacks. And sometimes you go back to your old videos and they're on earlier versions of your stacks and they have to like
Fair
look
enough.
and
That's
that's
fair.
the thing that changes.
Showing.
That's fair.
Actually,
Yeah.
because you mentioned the keywords, stack or whatever it is.
Yeah.
What I do on the blog post pages is I will use the extra content 2 stack to be the description for SEO friendly, description. So that's where you can stuff all your keywords. But
Okay. Yeah.
with that though, I don't know if I've asked this before actually. Why doesn't summary work, but extra content 2 would? Because I've tried summary, because I figured like the easiest thing
So,
would be.
okay, well, so if you're using the issue there is if you're using Hipwig. So if you're using Hipwig for the summary, Hipwig generates HTML, right? So the problem is if you want to use summary and that's HTML, you can't inject HTML into the summary field.
Yeah.
Now, however, if you use inside of the Total CMS blog post stack, there's those settings that you can actually turn on, auto meta tags or whatever. Okay. That does use the summary field. And I have special logic that strip out the HTML for you. Okay.
Yeah.
So yeah, if you use the built-in stuff, but if you want custom, then you're kind of on your own. Right. And yeah, summary field is HTML. So yeah, if you're happy with, the default, which is, the page title is the title of the blog post, the summary is the description, the image is the OG image tag, and then the URL is the actual URL to the page. If you're happy with those defaults, then just turn it on in the blog post stack and Bob's your uncle, as Scott says all the time, right? Or I should change it to be Scott's your uncle. That didn't even get a chuckle out of him. Man, look at that guy.
Can I ask you a quick question, Joe?
I'm in PHP string replace hell.
Oh.
And by the way, when Joe is right, like the defaults will work, but if you want like a custom separate from summary, separate from everything like description, that's just how I do it. Extra content.
Yep.
May I ask?
I got a
one
quick question.
Joe?
Sorry, go ahead, David.
Oh, David was up.
Go ahead.
Go, David.
That's all right. It's only, it depends whether it's quick or can wait till Friday. I remember a couple of weeks ago you helped on one of the forums the date thing where it was showing 1 day less. Yeah, do you remember?
Yes.
In the pie.
Yep.
With the time one, which is working, it's now doing 1 hour plus.
It's probably a time zone thing, I would think.
Yeah, because I've got it working. If I just show you quickly, and if you say leave it till Friday, fine. If not,
Sure.
Because I've got it all sort of.
Chances are we just do the similar thing to what we did with the date one, and you just do a minus. I mean, it's probably daylight savings time, to be honest with you. It's probably what it is. If it's just 1 hour.
Yeah, this is what's in there at the moment. And if I
You remember how in the date how we did subtract 1 hours? Well, what happens?
Yeah, that's what I got. Yeah, there. I was trying to subtract. I tried to subtract 1 hour, but that didn't work. It just gave me a JavaScript.
Oh, okay.
Because it does. Oh,
where's the bit of Pi code that we did the subtract one day for you?
Right. Oh, well, hold
I
on.
don't see it. I don't see it there.
Hold on. It's all right. That's up here. Day picker. That's this one.
So we did duration.
I'll put it in the.
I don't see the subtract 1 day though. Oh, we did add 1 days. Oh, maybe it's not subtract.
Yeah, on the day one. Yeah, hold on. I'll put it in here. You can see it clearer. Come on, B. This is the bit that you done here.
Yep. Add 1 days. Maybe it's not subtract. Maybe it's, hold on 1 second. It could be minus. Let me go look at the moment docs really quick.
Yeah, because I went on a few sites and looked at things, and then I was trying like this Varia moment and console log moment and all this. It's blowing my brain up.
No, it should be subtract. Yeah, it's subtract.
Yeah, so it showed me like it was dot subtract, but I've got a space there. I don't know.
Subtract 1. Yeah. I can play around with that, and we can do it out on Friday. I don't want to waste up a ton of time on that today.
No, that's fair.
Yeah.
Hold on, where am I? God. Get rid of that one. Oh, you've done it. Lovely. Oh,
Steve, what was your question?
Total CMS in a blog, when you have a filter select for like categories or tags, is there a way to get it to show the number of items in that category or tags?
In a select?
Yeah, so they would say, give you the name of the category and then a number of, like how many are have that tag on it. Is it possible? I don't
believe that's possible out of the box right now. I know I have that feature in the links, in the blog filter links. So if you click on the link, it'll yeah, I have that feature to add counts there, but I don't have it in the select drop down.
So you have it in the which one?
So if you use the blog here, let me share so you can see it. So if we go to total CMS, we go to a blog filter, okay, and then links. You can do include totals.
Right.
Yeah, I don't have that
But not in the
ability
filter
inside
select.
here. Yeah, I don't have that ability there.
Okay. I've been playing with feeds and I got it. I made filter lists with feeds and I was able to put in the numbers there. So I was just seeing if I could do it in the blog as well. But
okay,
you would be able to use something like total loop. Total loop would show numbers. We're able to do that within a loop. But that's on the front side.
Yeah.
I'm not sure if you have access to the count in total loop. Maybe you do. I don't remember how I did that. Oh, it's there.
I set that up. Yeah, you did. You added it there. I use it on that vanity website.
All right, so yeah, you could use total loop and then create your own filter using the select Foundation 6 select from the form, right?
Right.
So yeah,
I'll take a look
if
at
you have
that.
access to that data, you could give that a shot.
Okay, I will.
One thing I had a lengthy support on the community about. It took me a long time to figure out what was going on here, and it's actually with this page is why all this is here. Hold on, let me just clean some of this up. We don't need this. Okay, so I had a user that wanted images for tags. Okay, and essentially he was turning on image, and then in preview he was you see these little tag things that are there, right? And he's like, I want these on the published site, but when I published, those aren't showing. And that's because these little tags that you see here in preview, they're only there.
You're not sharing, John.
You're not sharing,
mate.
Oh shoot! Thank you.
Rookie.
I am a rookie. Jesus Christ. Okay. I am a rookie. Jesus Christ. Okay. Let me back up. Redo. Okay. So in tags, and I'm in a blog list, and we have tags, and you can turn on images for tags. Okay. And in preview, you see just this generic tag thing. Okay. Now you will only see this generic tag. It's actually a Font Awesome icon, actually. Just inject Font Awesome in there. You only see this in preview. If I publish this page, it's possible I have this page published. Let me see really quick. All right, well, so when I publish this, now you see something else here, but I'll show you how to get that done. You don't, if I just were to publish this right now, you wouldn't see these. Okay, it would just be marketing and SEO. And the reason is to get full-blown image support for tags, you need to go into the blog list. And then inside here, you do images for, and then you do tags. Okay. Now you can supply a default image. And as you see here, that's what I did here. So I can supply a default image. Okay. And I get quotes for each one of these. Why did I pick a quote? It was just an image I just happened to have. So I threw it in there. Okay. Now, what's cool is you can also supply a tag gallery. Okay. And as well as if you don't want a drag and drop image, you can give it an image, a CMS ID of an image. Okay. What does that mean? So basically, if you just were to throw where's image? Okay. If you were to throw, I get admin core on the page, right? On your admin page, if you were just to throw an image stack here, okay, and then the CMS ID of that would match the CMS ID here. So let's just say blog tags. All right, and then you go to this image and you would give this a CMS ID of blog tags, and the image type is PNG. Okay, now whatever you add into this will be the default image for your blog tags. Okay. And then if that doesn't exist, it'll revert to this one that you drag and drop into here. But now the default image is controlled by your users. Okay. Now, what is a tag gallery ID? Okay. So let's call this blog tags. On your admin page, you can actually give a blog gallery. Okay. And if you give this a CMS ID, okay, you can now have you can have a gallery and have specific images for specific tags. Okay, if that makes any sense. Now, this requires a little bit of forethought. Okay, because I guess we got a little bit of time. We'll do it. Okay, let's publish this page. Oh, let's make it at least a little bit more readable here. Just chuck these in a container. Watch, just because I did that, it's gonna like try to publish 4,000 files now. Watch.
You're making a lot of people jealous.
Oh, dang it.
Oh, you said it. You said
I said it. Hold on a second. Let me just, it'll be quicker for me just to reopen this project file, and then it won't do that.
Until the next time you publish after.
Yeah, exactly. Haha. Okay. Okay. So now I have this blog list, and down here I have ways to manage it. Okay. let's just create some images here. This is an app called Nucleo. Just has a bunch of icons and stuff. Let's just do tag. Oops. Tag. All right, cool. Let's do like this one. How about that? Yeah, this one. Let's just export. Give me a PNG. Size 64. Export on my desktop. Sure. All right. So now here. All right. So now I have, oh, it's white. I need it black. 1 second. Let's do that again. Export 64. Yeah, fine. All right. So now I have a tag. Drag that in. Oh no. What did I not have on this page? Oh, there it is. Well, that's great. Ah, rookie. Oh, no license. Rookie. Rookie. Now I gotta publish this page. You jinxed me, Chris. It's all your fault. Oh, wait, hold on. We'll do 5 again. All right, hold on, because I forgot to put the license in my CMS core. Damn, I'm really tempting fate here.
I was gonna say you're gonna cancel. It's gonna crash Rapid Weaver, man.
Yeah, just undo.
Don't cancel during a publish.
Let's see. Yes, only 5. Okay, we're good.
Little Russian roulette here.
Oops. All right, do that again. Yay. Okay. That looks horrible, but yeah, whatever. So now this should. Oh, why didn't that work? What? I wonder if it has to do with you have to clear that. There it goes. Okay. I have circles set up. So it's the image is getting cut off a little bit because I have it defined to be a circle. But as you see here, now whatever I drag into here, it gets added as the default tag. Okay. Now, what if I want like a special tag for coffee and a special tag for SEO, right? So let's just do, we'll do one for fun. Let's find a coffee. What's a cool one? Ah, that looks like coffee. All right, let's export that. 64, fine. Stop, export. All right, now, a couple caveats here. The name of the image has to be the name of the tag. All right, so in order for me to have a image that's going to be just for the coffee tag, I have to name my image coffee, okay, or espresso or Brazil or so on and so forth, right? So let's go ahead and add this coffee one. And there we, actually, hold on, let me turn off that round thing here. There we go, let's turn that off. And we're gonna publish this page so it doesn't get cut off anymore. There we go. So you see there, now coffee has a coffee and the rest still have the default because specific ones for those don't work or don't exist, right? So, so yeah, there we go. Let's say we want, or let's do one more. Is there one that has like multiple? Let's see. Brazil has a couple. What could I do for Brazil? I don't know. Do I have anything for Brazil? Oh, look at that. Perfect. All right, we're gonna do this guy. All right. We're gonna export. Yeah.
You're ready to be waxy.
It's Friday. It's Friday.
All right. So now this one, it exported it as a Rio statue, right? But we need to have it be the name Brazil. Okay, so it's that. And now I'm going to drag this into there and reload my page. Reload my page. Hello. There it goes. There we go. And now Brazil has its own custom little tag icon. There we go.
Super cool.
Pretty cool, right? There we go.
Yeah.
Use cases for that, like authors as well. So like, you know, a lot of times you're going to want to have a image for an author, right? It would be a common one. So you can easily create a gallery that has your author images, let's say like a headshot of each one. And then you can easily add that as the author image, right? So what all you have to do is type in the person's name and it'll automatically find their image in the gallery and put it there. And obviously you can still have a default author for, you know, one, if you add one that doesn't exist or something like that, right? But pretty cool little feature there. So there we go. Anything else before, or else we'll call it a day, guys. I noticed that I already went 15 minutes over. So yeah, but if you have anything else, I'm happy to answer any more questions.
Where did you get this icon app for, and how do we put it into Rapid Weaver so I can confuse myself a few more hours?
No, it's separate.
Oh, which icon? Oh, the icon app?
Whatever you're using to create all these icons, where did you
Oh,
get
that's an app called Nucleo. Here, I can throw a link in the chat if you want.
Thank you. And you know, I know you guys are going to make announcements for all this stuff, but if you want to put those donation links where we can buy crap today before I get off this thing, because in 3 days I'm going to forget what we talked about today.
Josh, you got your links handy? You can plop it in the chat if you want. I think it's just, so what, Stacks app, Stacks,
Yeah.
Stacks Basecamp.
So that's a link to, you know, donate, but again, anything you purchase will go.
Yeah, just give me the what am I buying? I'll buy. Hey, you know, come on, just tell me what I got to buy, huh? Give me a $1.380.
Starlight.
There you go. And then Davide's, let me get his real quick.
Is it just his homepage, or does he have a special page for it?
It's going to be the Rose project file.
Oh, yeah, got it.
Yeah.
Well, Davide also had a list of all your videos itemized for Total CMS as well.
Yes, in some of his projects, he's like created a little tutorial on Foundation Box. He's organized the Total CMS tutorials on what he thought a great order to learn was. I don't have a link to those, but it's in one of his project files, or maybe multiple. I am not sure.
And I'll be putting a post on the community site today, just to get it out there. And if you're unfortunate enough to be on my email list, then you'll get an email too.
Score. Cool, guys. Well, I appreciate you hopping on. We had a great turnout today. I appreciate it. And hopefully you liked what you saw today, and look forward to getting your hands on the beta next week. Yeah. So, and go out and buy all of Chris's stuff. It's great. And Scott's stuff and Davide's stuff.
Davide's, yeah.
Just send me links so I can get more confused.
They're in the chat.
Yeah, they're in the chat.
You already put them in the chat.
Yeah.
Okay. Stacks Basecamp.
Hey, could I ask one last question?
Sure.
All right. So on one of my client sites, the mobile version, I'm using Top Bar, the burger SVG and a drop down. And so when a user taps on the hamburger, it pushes everything below it down, so you can see the contents of the menu. Is there a setting that would make it possible for the menu to sort of, I don't know what the right term is, but sort of float over the content below, so it doesn't, rather than push it down?
Sure. So what you would want is you want to make that position fixed. Okay. So
okay.
Basically, to make something position fixed, it just fixes it to the browser, right? Now there's 2 ways you could do that. Either with, let's say on page, if you always wanted it at the top, like 100% of the time, just use a position swatch and set it to position relative to the browser. Okay.
Very cool.
I have a video on that. If you go to the layout page, I think, or the swatches page, or site styles, probably, I have a position swatch video. The next one is a sticky stack. And what that does is, let's say you want your menu statically on the page, and then once it scrolls to the top, then it sticks. Okay. That's what the sticky stack does. Now, a lot of people just put a sticky stack up at the top of the page. You don't want to do that. If you want your thing there all the time, sticky stack is not what you want. Just a public service announcement there. I see a lot of people doing that, and that has some quirkiness on page load. If you just throw a sticky stack at the top, and it kind of works, but it's not as good as just using a position swatch to fix it there all the time. Okay. So yeah, check out that video on position swatch and the video on the sticky stack. I'm not sure which one you want, but both are great solutions for that.
Very cool. Thank you.
Chris's videos that he put out there today about the menu thing, that does a lot of that as well.
Okay, cool.
Hey, John,
guys,
hey, David.
Up. Hey, man, how are you?
Fantastic.
Great. I've actually been working on a Foundation 6 site while you were talking during the time. I've got one real quick question. Maybe it needs to wait till Friday, but maybe you can point me to a video real quick. Sure. I've got a Foundation 6. I've got to throw a video, either self-hosted or Vimeo, up on a website that opens up automatically, full screen, plays one time, and then disappears. I know I can do it in Limelight and then in a Sections Pro, but when I do it, it wants to hit the play button. I can't get it to play automatically. And when I try it using the video stack with Foundation 6, I can't seem to get it to play full screen automatically. Maybe there's a video out there that can show me how to do that.
Sure. So how would you do that? First off, to play automatically, the browsers won't play video even if you have autoplay turned on, unless 2 things happen. A, there's no sound. Okay,
there's no sound.
Okay. So that's good. So if there is no sound, then you should be golden. Okay.
Okay.
So if you want to use the Foundation 6 video stack, which is a self-hosted one, there's a couple solutions. Let's see. And you only want to do this once, right?
Once is fine. Yeah.
Okay. So immediately when someone says, I want this to happen one time, that makes me think of something like CTA, okay, my call to action stack, because that has a lot of great controls for showing something one time. Okay. So with CTA, you could potentially launch, open up a light box, okay, only one time for a user. Okay. And then if you have a Foundation 6 video stack inside of a light box, it will autoplay when you open the light box.
Okay.
Now, playing a video in full screen. I think the only way to do that would be to add classes to the light box that has the video.
Okay.
That makes it go full height and full width of the browser window.
Okay.
Okay.
I wouldn't have to do it full screen. It's for a one day festival for a local city.
Okay.
The theme is Star Wars, and what they've got me doing is the scrolling with a video is kind of going off in the distance. That's how they want the splash screen to open up of the credits of what the festivals is about. So they want to kind of to go through it one time and then it's gone. But it doesn't need to be full screen,
but it is possible to make it full screen. So basically, you would make the light box. So the light box would fill the whole screen. So basically, you use utility classes, which is W:100VW and H:100VH, or you can use swatches. Okay. And that will make the light box fill the entire screen. Okay. When it's open. Now that the light box is filled, what we now need to do is get the video and fill the light box with the video. Okay. So, and the best way to do that is, you could try the same exact swatches, that you apply to the light box, you could apply to the video, but you may need to also apply an object fit swatch, because the problem is, your video is probably 16:9.
It is
resolution, right?
Right.
So if it's 16:9, but your most browser windows aren't going to be 16:9, and if you want it to fill that screen, part of that video is going to get cut off.
Right.
Right.
Yeah.
So if you're okay with that, object fit will make a video kind of behave like a background image. You know how background image is? You can scale it and kind of part of it will get cut off, but it will fill whatever area you have.
I think I'm okay with that.
Okay. The object fit swatch can do that to videos.
Okay.
Okay. So yeah, you would apply the object fit swatch to the video, and that would make it scale the entire size of that light box. And again, depending on the browser size, part of that video would get cut off.
Okay.
But if you're okay with that, then that would totally work.
Okay. I think I'm good at that. I'll play with it, and I may see you on Friday and get a few tweaks with you.
Perfect. Yeah. If you hop on Friday, we'll even build it if you need help. Okay.
Okay. Very good. And I'll probably end up buying another one of your Total CMS licenses this week. I think I've sold
it's deal of the week
this week. So
that's probably my most popular deal of the week this year so far, man.
I bought 4 already.
Happened to be a good one for me too. Very good.
Sweet.
Thanks, Joe. Appreciate it. Talk
Hey,
to you
really
later.
quick for Chris. When I went to your site to click on that donation button, I couldn't complete it because there was a problem with PayPal. But when I went into your store to buy the Starlight project, that went through just fine.
Okay, I'll check on it.
So I don't know if there's something at your end or my end.
I just posted that in the chat box. You have it listing going to sandbox.paypal, which doesn't authenticate all the way to PayPal.
What?
Okay.
Hey, these PayPal stacks. Okay. I should just use yours, Joe, but I have another one. All right. I will check that out right now. Thank you for that.
No problem.
Here, I'll put that link in here that comes up so you guys can see it. It's going to be a massive mess.
Oh, yeah, I see it. Okay. Stupid one checkbox. Jesus. One.
Okay, yesterday I'm building this site for this 12-step program, and I'm pasting in the 12 steps and the traditions and all their other stuff. And every time I go in there to try to format it, would you know that I finally found out after posting on 2 different forums, I'm supposed to paste it in without formatting?
All right, change is going up, and I'm just, hopefully there's no spelling errors. All right, the announcements on the community site.
Sweet.
Cool.
Thank you.
Thank you guys for listening to that, thank you.
Sweet. Anything else, guys? Last chance. Else you can join us on Friday.
I'm going to hopefully be there. I don't know about Friday, but I'm going to go now to your Weaver Space YouTube stuff so I can go get the CMS. I've got 2 to 3 CMS sites that need to get done. I talked about it before on one of your Hangouts, and I haven't had time to get to it. Now I've got like 2 days free. So I want to bring all the old stuff from my watch review site, and I've got a new one coming up for my eBay store, which is all fountain pens. So I want to be able to view them, and I'm doing a estate sale for Fountain.
Well, I will enjoy spending the next 2 days with you on your computer. I hope I don't annoy you too much.
Oh my God. So here's Joe again. And let's see. What I do check though is, you know, like your early videos, I check the background, and I've noticed you have a guitar in some of them. You don't have a guitar in others. So I know you're a guitar player.
Yeah, it's right there.
Yep. Okay, I can't see it.
Yeah, it's my new fancy camera blurs out the background, but yeah. Actually, my daughter has 3 of them in her room. She has a ukulele, a bass, actually 4, an acoustic and an electric.
Nice.
I have a living room full of instruments. I have more instruments than I have talent right now. But, you know, I just wrote a song last week and somebody's like, oh, send that to me. And he's like on YouTube, and I'm like, dude, really? It's punk rock. I was supposed to.
I'll be honest, I enjoy playing the ukulele probably the most, actually, just because it's so little and it kind of sounds fun. It's just, yeah, it's nice. I like the ukulele.
I got an Epiphone Wildcat that somebody sold me for $300, and out of the Telecaster, the Stratocaster, and 2 Les Pauls, I picked that up almost all the time first. It just plays so much better. Anyway, guys, I got to go because I got to go get back to some work. And Chris, I've sent you my stuff from that thing, and I saw training's 50%. I can't get into your logins here, but send them to me on email, and I'll go ahead and support whatever projects you guys got going.
Cool. Thank you. We appreciate that.
I'm happy to help out. I know what it's like.
Sweet.
Cool.
Take care, Scott. Godspeed.
Wonderful day, guys.
See you guys Friday.
Thank you.
Take care, everybody.
Bye-bye.
Bye.
Thanks, Joe.